When I first got off the plane and took my first few steps in India, I remember the very first thing I did was take a deep breath and say, here we go. Because I knew that good, bad, or indifferent, the next 6 months I would be going on an adventure. Now, I'll be honest, before going to India, my thoughts were very, very, very negative towards India. If you asked me what were some of the first thoughts that come to mind, it would be obviously that India was very dirty, very smelly, lots of scams, lots of corruption, crime through the roof, extremely loud, and plenty of other things that don't really make India all that appealing. Here in Manali, India, been sleeping on one of these buses all night. We got stranded because of a landslide up ahead. So my bus is all the way down there. Turn that corner. Spent all last night 24 hours sleeping on this dang bus, man. So I decided to take the sleeper train here in India for the first time ever. And I think I paid about 187 rupees, which is about $2. Now, is it worth it? Well, sure, the train smells like feces and urine, and I might not have enough space to kind of spread my feet out, but you know, in the city I'm going to is a couple hours away, 2.5 hours. Overall, would I do it again? Probably. You know, you see all these crazy videos about India and how terrible it is. You see the disgusting street food and all the scams, the sleazy Indian guys, and hear about how terrible of an experience people had while they visited India. But to be completely honest, that wasn't my experience I had at all. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This onion dip. Oh my goodness. Now keep in mind, this is my personal experience. Your results may heavily vary. Also, I think what actually ended up helping me was my skin color. I mean, I blended right into India. A lot of them thought I was Indian, and I even got local prices when visiting tourist areas because I would just walk up and they would assume I'm Indian. Hello? Thank you. Wow, it's already nice. It wasn't until I actually spoke that I heard, and they heard my accent and knew I wasn't from there. So this says Hawa Mahal. Welcome everybody to the Hawa Mahal. This was made in 1799. I hope you enjoy your stay. Please don't touch anything and don't write on the walls. Have fun, be safe, and enjoy your stay at the Hawa Mahal. That's what that says. So if I didn't have a terrible experience in India, what type of experience did I have? Well, I would say I actually had a great experience now that I've had a couple weeks to really reflect on the whole adventure, I can honestly say that India has been one of the greatest journeys and most diverse countries that I've ever been to in all of my travels. My perception of India completely changed, and it gave me a completely new perspective on what India is like and how the people are. I got a chance to experience their culture on a deeper level compared to someone who only went to India for like a week or two and only went to Delhi or Mumbai, ate street food, got sick, got scammed, then went back home telling everyone how much of a terrible Indian experience they had, how much it sucked. Now, these things do happen in India. There are scams, there's lots of garbage in places. It does smell terrible in some areas, and it is very loud. And you can easily get sick from the food, but also at the same time, India is very beautiful. The people I met along the way have been some of the most kind and best people I ever met in any country. They're very helpful to the point that if you make an Indian friend, you make an Indian friend for life. They will stop what they're doing. If they even think you have a question or need something, they will go out of their way to make sure you have what you need and when you need it. Now, is everyone in India like that? No, absolutely not. But a good majority of people I actually did meet there were some solid people. But you have to be careful because sometimes you don't know who's being kind to you just because they want something from you, like rupees or a favor or something like that. So you got to be careful with that. Another reason why I had such a great experience in India was because of how beautiful and diverse the people and land was. From absolutely gorgeous beaches to high up in the mountains, India was so much more diverse than I could have ever imagined. Like I said, beaches, mountains, also deserts, open fields, tropical environments like Goa. I truly believe that India is one of the most underrated countries. If India were to clean up some of those stereotypical issues it has, India would be one of the top destinations of the world. Unfortunately, a good chunk of people are just, well, to put it bluntly, uncivilized. The lack of civic sense and education in India, I think, really hold it back from being one of the best countries. In total, I visited 28 different cities, starting from the very southern city of Kanyakumari, going all the way up to the top, Leh Ladakh. Then going towards the east all the way up to Sonali, which, as a side note, I was supposed to go to Nepal, but never did due to the divine intervention and civil unrest. With so many different cultures within India, so many delicious foods and different languages, different cultures, I felt like I was visiting different countries every time I went to a different city. You know, I came into India thinking I was about to have the worst experience of my life, but as it turns out, I ended up having one of the best experiences of all my adventures. Now, thanks to some awesome people that I met along the way, the beautiful landscapes, the architecture, the amazing food, and having an open mind, I can honestly say that I had a great time in India, and I wish more people would, give it that chance. Now, keep in mind, I'm a darker skinned male that looks Indian. My experience isn't going to be the same as, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl from Australia. I don't know if it's maybe because I'm a dark-skinned Indian-looking guy, maybe. That's why they didn't really haggle me. Or it's just because they don't really do that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But if you're coming to Old Delhi and you're getting scammed, I think you're doing it wrong. Although I think if you keep an open mind, you could have a similar experience if you were to just give India a chance. Having said all that, India is not for the faint of heart. If you go to India, you're going to have some thick skin or be at least willing to develop some, because even though I had a great experience overall, it was still pretty difficult to deal with all the craziness that comes with India. Sleeping on the ground in a train station, waiting for 8 hours for a train to show up because it's running late. Waking up at 3 a.m. to walk an hour down a sketchy, dark alley where wild packs of dogs surround you, sitting in between two feces-infested train toilets because there's literally no space on the train, getting stuck on a bus for 25 hours because you got caught in a landslide and you're waiting for the workers to clear a path, dealing with all the Indian people trying to sell you something, and so much more. Now, all of these things I went through, and yet I still had such a great time. I think it should be mandatory for everyone in the world to be required to live in India for 6 months. And I can guarantee you that when you get back home, most, if not all, your problems would melt away. You would have a much appreciation for your home and your country. So not only did India give me a great experience overall, it also gave me a much more deeper love and appreciation for my home country, the United States of America. So if you're coming to India or you're thinking about going to India, the 3 biggest things I would recommend for you would be to, number 1, come with an open mind. Give India an honest chance. It just might be the greatest adventure you go on. Number 2, learn to say no and be firm. Saying no and just keep walking away is so powerful that it saves you so much time and headache with dealing with all those Indian dudes. Number 3, walk everywhere you can. One of the biggest reasons why I never got scammed was because I would always walk everywhere. If it was within 1 to 2 hours walking distance, I would walk to where I was going or leaving. Oh, and a bonus tip, if you're booking through a ride, Rapido, Uber, Grab, or whatever ride-sharing app, change your name to something Indian. When I use my real name, James, they would always see my name pop up and either raise the prices or choose not to pick me up at all. They would cancel the ride. So I changed my name to Ramesh, and I immediately got fair prices and no one ever canceled on me once. Now, number 4, bring or buy a mosquito net. Trust me. Number 5, talk to the locals, but if they seem too friendly, be alert. They might want something from you. So in conclusion, I'd like to say thank you to the awesome, great Indian people I met along the way. You guys really helped me change my perspective and mind, and I really hope that one day the culture is able to change to really transform India into how great I imagine it can be. Will that happen? Well, I guess that's up to you guys. Goodbye, that's all I got. Goodbye, Leh.